All right, so the move up continues. It's not an absolute squeeze, which I like because they just come down. Also, this is going to be very interesting when we get to $50 in silver. I'm pretty sure we're going to get to 50 or 49 point something. And then I'm not even sure if we're really going to retrace as I thought and as I think a lot of people think should happen because you compare it to the last times we went there, which were just squeezes. This time it's pretty much gradual with filling gaps and yeah, gold also is pretty much for me it's like $4,000 gold equals roughly $50 silver and gold is strong. Look at that nice strong move Monday. Very strong, right? The end of the last week was impressive. That's when I did my video. And so far, I gotta admit the miners haven't been as strong as I expected, but they have taken a breather too, which I think is also healthy. And they haven't really gone down that much either, despite the breather. But gold, look at that. Absolute beast. Perfect candle on Monday. Tuesday, quite a good candle. We went down quite a bit. But in the end, closed green near high of day. And so far, so that was yesterday. So far today, Wednesday morning, it's nice. It's a bit too early to call, but it's just regular business. Silver, though, that's really the main one. So Monday, we followed gold strong. Wasn't as strong. Yesterday, big red candle at a certain point. Not huge, but went below yesterday's high of day, Monday's, sorry, low of day, but closed pretty strong, and then boom, today, new high, popping ahead towards 47.5. And for me, there's no resistance till 50. So, if we continue, and that's already saying something like after yesterday's red day, the fact that we've made a new high already indicates we kind of want to keep going up. So who knows? Maybe we test 48. Let's see what happens. If we look at the dollar, we don't have to look at the dollar. It doesn't even matter. But that has come down since breaking up towards its next resistance. So it should come back down a bit. I don't even think it has much impact anymore. It used to be the most important thing, rates and the dollar, but it's not really anymore. So gold and silver look okay still. Let's check the miners, starting with GDX. GDX also filling gaps, a bit like silver. Made a new high yesterday, right? Despite silver's redness. And since so far we're up, it's very early, but up we go again. Now that's also broken out of all past resistance. So there's no point in zooming out. On to the next one, right? 78, 79, 80. So GDX looks good. GDXJ, same thing. And there you go. We finally hit 100. There's a little resistance, right? So GDXJ's 100 resistance equals GDX's. That's probably why they started to pull back across the board. GDX hit 100, which is roughly resistance if you look at the candles of the past, but it's such a big number. It was just by itself a resistance, but we've got a green day so far. So if we open green, and I'm taking it for granted, always green, 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 but yeah, this thing should always already be at 180. Let's be honest. We know where gold is. Silver's at 50 pretty much. So GXJ should be there. So all the miners still have a lot of catching up to do, honestly. Long term, forward looking and all that, fair enough. We've been catching up like this, but gold's also been going up. So we should be at 180. We should actually be at 200 if you think about it, right? So yeah, next resistance is going to be around 120. But let's officially close above 100 today. That would be good for GDXJ, and that will help drag up the other ones. Now, for me, the most important thing really is silver. I think everyone's just watching silver. Little gap close has been done. We've also hit our little resistance around here. Let's zoom out. Actually, no, there's no. Yeah, so SIL next resistance is going to be around 77.5-ish. 75. Let's see. I think this is realistic. If you start to get to about $50 silver, SIL could climb about 7.5%, maybe more. Yeah, let's see. But yeah, SIL and SILJ, you do have, I know SILJ has completely cleared it. This one, yeah, you judge it based on SIL. So GDXJ is helping GDX and SIL will help SILJ. But look at that, filled the gap, window closed, and if it's a green day, it made a new high. It's very good candle actually yesterday. Now, let's look at individual stocks because there were some differences. Newmont and Barrick had some weird announcement with their CEOs. I don't understand any of that stuff. People talking about a merger between those two, that sounds very big. That sounds like a monstrous size company if they combine. There you go, there's a new resistance now. Basically, that high that we made on the CEO announcement on Monday. So here we're just sort of chilling sideways, and today we should go back up and test the high, right? Because it's a green day. So 88 is your resistance. Let's see if we test that today. It's quite a move though, right, for Newmont. Yeah, 3-4%. It's doable to make up for its underperformance since then. So yeah, still chilling at the highs. But that is an impressive announcement. I don't know if that sends them both up or what, but so far both went down. Barrick closed the window, closed the gap, and that's a poor candle. Now it's been going up non-stop, so it's an excuse to take a breather. It's an excuse to close the gap, but that is underperforming Newmont. Let's be honest, that's not the best candle. Also below the level, right? Support resistance, and now it's resistance. So this will have to try and close above 33, which should be doable today because it's near 33 and it's a green day. So if the greenness continues by the open and more importantly by the close, I would like to at least close above yesterday's high of day. So this 33.5 or whatever it is. If we close above that, then you can go back up to the challenge 36 the day after. But I think it's very unrealistic to expect it to just challenge it straight away after the last two candles in particular. But the window's closed and it's green so far today, but this is underperforming. I don't think, however, that it's really going to come down, even if GDX all of a sudden goes red and all that, to go back down. Honestly, I don't care what the past says. This is going to be your support, like 30. 30 is going to be your support, all the way back down. Big number. It was a bit resistance. Yeah, for me, 30 is. But that's a long way down. So Barrick, yeah, that's not going to happen either. That'd be interesting. We need a couple more candles to clean up this chart a bit. But for bullishness, close above yesterday's high. If they keep it simple, Agnico, don't zoom out. It's breached its last highs a long time ago. Windows kind of closed there at 164.5, closed at new all-time highs. That's a bullish engulfing candle. So onwards we go. We'll be trading above 170. This thing will probably climb towards 200 soon. This one's not as ridiculous as the others. I know it's a vertical move, but there were periods where it was underperforming in a subtle way, the GDX and its peers, and it's taken breathers and it's come back down. Look at this, beautiful, just a staircase, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Okay, sometimes it didn't retrace, but gold's been going mental. So, but here, this period, I remember underperforming, and we're ready for a new move, and we're ready. So those couple of red candles here and there just allows it the energy to keep going. I think we've got energy to keep going. $4,000 in gold should take us towards 180. I don't know, but it looks healthy again. Pan American silver. Yeah, that resistance is still proving itself. But yes, sorry, Monday, that was quite good, despite the fact that it closed at low of day. It's okay. It's okay. But silver has been going. Yeah, okay, silver's been taking a breather too. We just need to close above 40, right? We just need to confirm the breakout of this resistance because this is still resistance, this long-term descending, right? I know silver's climbing, gold's climbing, but it's still proving resistance. For me, you clear it once you take out this, the next level after this long term. This is a long term descending resistance. That's what I call it. You know what I mean? There you go. Once you take out 40, big number, it's the next resistance after this one. Once you take that out, you confirm they're behind you. Onwards you go, and usually you just keep going. And the next one is really going to be the all-time high, 44. But I have a feeling that once we take out 40, 44, we'll probably be there when we're at $50 silver. This is going to be interesting. I reckon it's going to be very simple. We're going to break out of 40. We're going to close above 40. and then we're going to challenge 44, and then it depends what silver does at 50, because we're going to be here around when silver's at 50. If silver's at 50 and it starts to retrace, well, maybe we'll do the healthy thing, which is to retest, and then silver will probably, come down 2, 3 bucks and then go back up. And if it breaches 50, honestly, I mean, it gets very dramatic very quickly. Well, in all stocks, and this will go up to 50. That's what I think will happen. Let's see. But this stock is probably one of the best to be in for silver long term. If silver's gonna, well, I mean, you got the little ones that are gonna move even more, but this one you're safe. If it comes down, what a buy. What a safe defensive buy it is compared to the juniors that come down, 30%, for example. Okay, Wheaton. Sometimes this one, like Agnico Eagle, it just underperforms, and you buy that dip, by the way. And then the next thing you know, it's making new all-time highs, and it's just outperforming some of the other ones. This is a great candle. The window's closed. Close at all-time high. Upwards we go. Next stop, no idea. But as this goes up, it's fully justified. So, I'd say perfect chart. Next, Franco Nevada. Maybe even more perfect. Close at high of day. Jesus. I remember this one. I thought 200 is a trim. I thought, you know what? Let's not even sell the big numbers. Who cares anymore? And now where are we? We're like way higher. Amazing. Next stop, no idea. Don't care. Up it goes with gold. This you can just depend on this one to move up with gold. And gold 4,000. I don't know. Maybe 250. Maybe that's too much. Metalla looking good. Got a lot of catching up to do. I like the fact it's got a lot of catching up to do. This one, I think it just does a beeline to this sort of 730 level, which sounds like quite a big percentage move. It's okay. Yeah, it could do a little 5, 6% in 2 or 3 days, and we're up there. And then $8, that'll be your zone. That'll be your zone where the next level is the all-time highs. Once you reach this 7 to 8 zone to 850, the next stop is really the absolute highs. This is good. This is a bit like a junior to me. It looks like a junior chart, but it's more justified. I think Metalla. I always hear Adrian Day talking about it, and I just think it is going to go to its all-time highs actually, which is still an extra 100%. So looks good. It's had a couple of breathers here. It's underperforming. I think it took its time. It built up some energy, and now we are ready. Broke out, retested, boom, and now its candles look like a bit of looks like it's ready to keep going. So I like that. I am gold. Didn't fully close the window. I don't care. I like a draft. I don't think all windows have to be closed. Next stop is here. I had my cells there. I removed them a while ago. I think as gold goes up, I am gold is just massively leveraged to the upside. Yesterday was okay, not a big percentage move, but it's constructive after that kind of a candle, and it was better closing yesterday. If we're still green, I think we can. If we were to open now with gold being up a little bit, I think it could make its way to the 1350, which is your next level. And then let's close this window on the way up. That's looking pretty vertical, but it's justified. I'm not selling. I've got no sell orders in any of my miners. There's, if this was any other stock, I would absolutely be selling straight away every day into it, like 5%, 2%, 10%, whatever. And when I feel like it's going about to go down or it's hit its final resistance, I'd sell on the way up. I'd sell when it hesitates. And if it starts to go down, I'd sell the rest probably. But that's if it's some blue chip that I don't care about. This long term, we go even higher than 4,000. Because once the DXY starts to flush and go into the 95s, and gold's already at 4,000 before then we keep going up. Next year, we're at 5,000 probably. So, yeah. Let's see. Those are your levels to reach. 1350, and then we go on the way to 1450. I will revisit this before gold's at 4,000. Equinox. Yeah, this one made a bit of a stance here since Monday. Look at this gap up. might not ever close this gap ever. And it kind of opened where your support, where I think where support is, right? Where resistance was clearly. Those two times there, we hit it, 11 bucks. Resistance came back down, hit it, 11 bucks. Came back down, opened around 11 bucks, closed around 11.50, right? Tested again yesterday, not the best candle, but it's okay. Still holding, made a new high. Next stop, well, as gold keeps going up, 13 bucks, where I don't even have a sell. And that's so weird. It's so uncharacteristic of me to not sell the all-time high. I don't know if we, honestly, I feel like gold's gonna be at 4,000 when we're here, and I might just sell that little trim. That's it, last trim. It's fine. 3% position. You can never go wrong with 3%. You can never be angry. If it goes down, good, you sold something. It goes up, good, you got a massive core position. I know if you keep adding that up, it accumulates, but come on, you're selling the all-time high, and you're not really even selling it. B2 gold. Sideways action here around 5 bucks. I understand it's resistance, but we've hardly gone up much. But it's just this Mali thing. I don't know. B2 Gold, it's a good dividend. It's a good stock, good name. Jurisdiction, you're kind of vulnerable everywhere these days. Maybe not America. With Trump in power, he's probably going to promote strategic resources, but that's a different story. It should be higher. But it's not weak candles, but still the close is. Yeah, well, I expect this from BT Gold sometimes. I guess you can just pick up the dividend as you wait for it to rise again. Next stop, 540. If gold's going towards 4,000, you just have to end up higher than 5 bucks. At least 540, which again would be an underperformance. I wouldn't expect it to be at 6. It's just a bit slower than the others, but it's kind of guaranteed to go up as gold goes up, so I'm not going to complain too much. But I think a continuous underperformer for me, even if you price in the dividend. But I don't think it's going to go down as much as the others if we retrace. I'm happy with it. I'm okay with it. Next one, Harmony. Yeah, this one is just going sideways and it's just gonna at one point. I'm okay. I bought this literally down here and I'm up huge on it because I took advantage of the drop, not even caring what the news was. Next stop, we're gonna just close above 19 and then I believe history becomes irrelevant. Yes, then I don't have to zoom out anymore. That makes my life a little easier. So we're just going to go, maybe even today, we're going to inch towards 19, maybe a close around all-time highs. And next stop, assuming gold keeps going up, of course, next stop, we close above 19, which when I was predicting it down here felt a bit difficult and arrogant, but now it looks very easy and obvious and imminent. You do need gold to keep going up, but I think we're going to go test 4,000, especially with silver on its way to 50. So close above 19, then it's 20, 21, 22, etc. So this looks good for a new all-time high. Aris Mining, this one is totally unable to clear 10 bucks. Like, yeah, it's traded above it. I noticed 10 point something the other day, but we are still closing below 10 bucks. It's ridiculous. We closed the gap there at least. Maybe that's what it needs, but let's go. I want to see what happens when you clear 10, 10.50 because it could and should get very, very dangerous. Look at this. 10, 10.50, you zoom out the chart, you know. So, but I'm gonna have to wait because it's still unwilling to do it. Very annoying. All right, SBSW. Yeah, obviously that's, following palladium, platinum and all that. That's okay. That's absolutely fine. I think you zoom out and you keep an eye on 12.50 basically. Where normally I'd have a sell and I don't think I do, which is fine. No, I'm going to leave it. I think Palladium Platinum can go much higher. I feel like they're the ones that are going to run after silver. And something about silver, was it Rick Rule said the easy money is done in silver or something? Well, he said now silver's not as good a buy as before, but don't like it. Last time he said that about uranium crashed, and I bought the uranium miners on one of those dips. But anyway, I feel like palladium and platinum are the ones that will have more energy. I think they're gonna have enough energy to clear 12.50 and run up. So I'm actually not putting a sell at 12.49 yet. I should probably do 12.39 if I want to sell that level. All right, let's go to the silver stocks. AG looks okay. All right, so from where we are, yeah, 14% to get to. I want to close around 14 bucks soon. I think we're just gonna have to have silver. Actually, I feel like we're gonna be at 14 bucks before silver is at 50. That's what I think. So yeah, let's see about that. That's 14% away. Now, honestly, First Majestic is one of the most undervalued ones. I still think, and I want to call it a senior. So for me, that's no problem. You can hold on to that one with less, with less risk. If you're holding a junior, I would choose this over a junior. Well, I have, but I've been adding to juniors. I can get to that later. Fortuna, that's a massive. I don't even know if there was news yesterday. I feel like there must have been news for a candle like that, especially for Fortuna, which has been underperforming. But that's bullish engulfing, opening way below in the red, closing, after a nice move. 3% is nice, especially for Fortuna, closing, breaching 9, but didn't close above 9. That would have been better. Next stop is the all-time high, very obvious, 980. I think it's the only one with a sell, Fortuna. I don't like it. I'm going to read news onto this. Actually, I'm going to read if there was any news on Fortuna yesterday because maybe it means it's gonna definitely keep going, breach 10 and just run. So maybe, well, I might as well trim. It's not gonna be much of a trim. But the candle was nice, and if silver's green today, I think we like a magnet, we go towards 980, which shouldn't be too much of a move. 10%, yeah, we get there before silver's at 50 for sure, especially after yesterday's candle. So that was nice to see because it's been a constant underperformer, but now that candle kind of means we're gonna maybe even outperform for a bit. CDE, the most absurd stock, good candle yesterday. I know that it's still sort of unchanged, zero, but still after opening lower at 18, dipping into the 17s, you're closing all the way up here. It looks like it's ready to go test 1950/20, which is a new resistance level we haven't touched yet. It's just such a vertical move. Yeah, if silver's green, CD is green. That's the law. And if we take out 1950, we're going to straight away go up to 20 and close the gap. And your next stop is kind of 24-ish. And I don't know how much of a percentage move. Yeah, you can close the gap before silver's at 50 easily, but that's maybe a bit too much for $50 even. 24%, who knows? But yeah, we're gonna have a 20 handle on CDE as we keep climbing towards 50. So the verticalness will continue. That's what I'm gonna say about CDE. Heckler, nice candle. I like that. Very nice candle. Better than about the same as Fortuna, better than CDE. Next up is the old high, right? Like the decade high. I remember 13 bucks. That's gonna be achieved before 50 for sure. 7, 8%. There you go. Next up, 13 bucks. EXK, I think I saw Don Direct's prediction on this one, or his price target the other day. Something really ridiculous, even for him. And I say that in you know, a well-meaning way. And yeah, I think this one can like I was holding it down here, giving up, but holding. And I mean, it's an absolute whatever you call this 8 bag or something by now. And I've seen it move. It has periods where it underperforms, even recently, a couple of months ago, underperforming. And now there are 1 or 2 days where it's showing its old signs of verticalness. But yeah, for me, you take out this 820, close above 820, the recent high. Silver's going towards 50. It is going towards 50. This could start going crazy. And if we start trading above 50, like 50 is, resistance, yeah, sideways, knock your head on the ceiling. and then you start closing above 50 and you're like close above 51, 51.23 or something. Like, wait a minute, wait, this is the floor. I think that's when you start to get mental moves in all of them, especially the juniors. But EXK will probably act like a junior and start going towards this all-time high, you know? So next stop 10.50, then it's 13. And next thing you know, you've done almost 50% in a couple of weeks. So next stop, let's close above 820, and then let's see if we can start moving towards basically 1050 or high tens. The juniors. I've got a few juniors now, don't I? Aftermath. Geez, I should have added to that yesterday. Why did I not see that? That's the problem when you got too many stocks. That's definitely retraced, and this is while silver's going up. And this is one of the best ones I think to own now that I'm a bit late to the junior party, not to the medals run, but to the junior party. I got rid of my juniors maybe 3 years ago. My last juniors 2 years ago, and I was celebrating getting rid of them. It felt good. It still now feels okay, even though I missed out on some of them. But some of them are still crap actually. So I wouldn't have had too much to celebrate even if I held on to all of them. Some of them I've done like 5, 6 times moves. Oh my God, I look at them and think, Jesus. And I'm looking to add them when I was at the bottom and I kind of got out near the bottom. Anyway, Aftermath for me is one that, if silver's going to run to 50, although we're quite close, if it starts to hold 50 and start to climb above, definitely going to go to its all-time highs and breach it. So that's your, a guaranteed 100% move. And we're red. It's retraced, we're back at the old resistance. So it's kind of a buy. But then again, that candle proves that it's been bought down here. So now we're going to curl and go back up. We should and test 80. So maybe I should add some if there's any redness today. But anyway, it looks healthy, but not as strong as the other juniors, and it's actually been lagging them, which is kind of why I bought it. But there's a reason it's lagging, usually when it's lagging. Then this one, Juanto, one of the manias. I think a lot of people bought this one, assuming it's going to go way higher if silver holds and runs up. So it's had a 1 or 2 red days. It's allowed that, but basically, I think it's up 50% for me since I bought it, so I can't complain too much. I think it's a high risk one, but a high reward. Basically, if silver goes up, this should really run, and it has been doing that so far. Oh yeah, I bought Jag, um, buying at the resistance. I bought Jag yesterday, so just a little drop. I think it had some $25 million deal warrant placement or something, and I just saw that Don considered it as one of the best risk reward 10 baggers. And I zoomed out. I thought, yeah, okay, it's moved up, but it's probably going to go up here and maybe higher. So this is another, okay, this chart is difficult to read, but I feel like if it's really as good as Don thinks, this one is basically going to go to its all-time high. So that's a buy. And if it retraces, since it's such a good risk reward, it's a buy too. I think it's proven itself just from this chart. Like after this drop, to slowly inch your way back up, higher highs, higher lows, you've got to prove yourself. So anyway, it's a very small position. They're all small positions, by the way. Aftermath, Juanto, Jag. Then I have another one, which I forgot. KNT. Jesus, why can't I find it anymore? Or is it KTN? Sorry. Yeah, that's why. Kootenay Silver, that's the one I own. Another one that I don't know much, I don't know anything about it. It's just, I think it's got an okay reputation online. And it's definitely a laggard. Um, but the candles look okay. I bought it a while ago now. I don't know, probably down here. It's the same thing. When you zoom out, if it moves all the way up, right to its old high, 2020 COVID high thing, $5, 550. That's a big move. That's all I want out of it. And I think you zoom out, it looks good, and it should just go up with the mania that silver brings. And then there's one more. Aya Silver. Sorry, this one has been pretty dramatic too. So this one I bought around here, 13, went up, cool, breached 15, went to, I thought it was gonna go all the way up to 19. Anyway, out comes this news. People are short. It's all made up. They don't have any silver. Thought, what the hell are you talking about? I bought that drop, and honestly, well, not even honestly, you can see it. We are now trading higher than when that news came out. So I don't know if that news, and this is now irrelevant. I don't know if that news was fake. We're trading as if it's fake, or we just don't care because we're moving with gold and silver, which is kind of why I'm buying these juniors and even Aya. So I don't care if it. I mean, I do care if it's fake. I'll dump the whole thing if I think it's fake. But so far, the market doesn't care, and it looks like we just want to go all the way up, take out 17 and run to 19. So let's see. This one's a bit of a. I might even dump this if all of a sudden I feel like it's a fraud. But I think by the time I find out, everyone finds out, and it'll be much lower. But maybe all of a sudden I get cold feet and I think, you know what, I don't need this. Let me just go into something else, and I'd still be selling in the money. So yeah, the juniors in this one are just I don't have that much in it because it's just risky. The others are well established. I've had them for years, or I've known them for years. So all right, let's see what happens. But I think the march towards $50 silver, 4,000 gold is still on. It's just what happens when we get there. Do we have a big sell-off? Do a lot of people take profit? Are they all waiting for that big number? Or do we close above it, like go sideways and then close above it and then basically establish it as a floor? That would be huge. Then all of a sudden, I think the miners would go crazy because I think a lot of people would find out, wait a minute, this is not a ceiling. This is our new floor. Let's chase it here. All right, let's see what happens. Good luck.